Welcome back to Rayman 2. As we said last time, this time we're going to the canopy and we'll be reuniting with our friend Glowbox. So let's go. Cobwebs. And a giant spider. The giant spider that makes us take a massive knockback. Although of note, these spiders only have 6 legs, so someone at Ubisoft didn't get the memo that spiders have 8 legs. But yeah, let's defeat it. You can choose to just run away from it, and it'll chase you around this cobweb, but I prefer defeating it and being able to go around this cobweb a bit slower. Because then you can get the lums a bit easier. And again, it's not hard to get the health back. If I'm really desperate, I'll play the bonus game. At least the lums are... yellow lums are usually sort of drawn towards you if you get close enough to them. Especially if they're from cages. There's someone who can use the lum to go up here. There we go. And let's go down. As the level's name implies, we're all up among the treetops and stuff in this level. But look who it is. You can barely see him, but he's there. It's Glowbox. Gotta fight another pirate first. With very little space to move. But we can just jump up and down to avoid his shots. Get the lums. What does this sign say? Public enemy number 2. I assume Rayman is public enemy number 1. And yet his rain dance has led to the arresting of several brave rover pirate comrades. Rain dance, you say? We'll see what that's about in a second. Rayman's the greatest. I mean, Rayman 2 is one of the greatest 3D platformers, if you ask me. Rayman 1, not one of the greatest 2D platformers though, if you ask me. Needlessly difficult, but immensely charming. But yeah, this is Glowbox's rain dance. He'll help you get through the level by busting laser gates and stuff. Get our checkpoint, just in case we die. And more yellow lums. There's Glowbox. No, Glowbox, come over here. We can't move the camera. And as well as busting open laser gates, he can also make plants grow and do weird plant things. But he seemingly can't follow us on here. So we're gonna have to help him come across. But that has one of those plasters on it, so we can shoot it down. And it even has an animation for walking up here as well. Wait for him to jump down. If you do go forwards in the level, he will find you. He's not going to get lost or anything. You don't have to like escort him all the way. There we go. He's just a bit slow. And he can also put out fires. Considering that water puts out fires. There we go, Robo Pirate fight in pretty tight quarters here. But yeah, as we can tell, Glowbox is quite easily scared by the Robo Pirates. No matter what he pretends. But Yes, Rayman's assuring him it's okay to be scared of something that's very dangerous and life-threatening. Yeah, Glowbox has another silver lump for us though, that he apparently forgot about. You know, it might have been helpful to have this earlier, you know. But hey, better late than never. So yeah, we can now charge up our shots by holding the shoot button. And we'll be able to put that to good use in just a minute, I'm sure. Since there's a warship coming. And Glowbox runs away like a pansy. We just gotta dodge the barrage. Can't hide over here, there's a laser gate. And this pirate crashes his ship just to make a flashy entrance. So by holding the button, you can charge a shot. The rover pirate will run away and cause me to miss. Once there are blue sparks coming out, you know it's fully charged. In most versions of the game, you can't hold a charged shot forever. Like that charged shot flew away, and I hadn't let go of the button. In some versions, you can. The 3DS version, I believe, you can hold a charged shot forever. But the 3DS version has made loads of needless changes to make the game easier when it's not really that hard to begin with. And we're going to run back here and get Glowbox. Just to let him know that everything's okay and the pirates aren't here anymore. Because obviously we need him to get through here. Come on. And another rogue pirate. Yeah, a charged shot is equivalent to 3 normal shots. The normal shots don't increase in power once you get this power up. The normal shots, while looking different now, are still the same. They're just as powerful as they were before. Before we can do anything here, we of course need to 100% get all the bits. And then did not be able to change the camera. On one of the big yellow lumps. And we can't get through this door. There's a spotlight chasing us around. But if we let Glowbox use his rain dance on this plant, we can hop inside it. And they are scanning us, but everything's okay. It's just a big nose bush. Door inactivated? Yeah, I assume that's a little bit of a mistranslation from the original French script. But yeah, Glowbox can't come with us. His darling Uglet wants to see him. That would be his wife, with which he's had his many children. But one final cage to open, and a teensy to show us the way out of the level. Quite a short level, the canopy, but quite a charming one to play through your first time round with Glowbox following you. Unfortunately, if you replay the level kind of feels stripped of all its soul because none of the Glowbox stuff happens again, you just sort of run through it. You don't even fight like the warship. But here we got another level, since that one was quite short. Whale Bay. So maybe we'll be seeing a whale. But first off, if we come over here, I'll just charge up a shot because I know what's around the corner. We got another enemy type, the barrel pirates. which can shoot you like that and really mess you up. But they don't have invincibility frames, so you can just keep shooting them and fail to hide around the corner. I'm not too worried about my health, to be honest. It's easy to get it back. See? But what we really want to do is head in here. A reminder of the swimming controls, because just in case. Because it has been a while since the game's made us swim. And, oh, I've already shot that switch down. Ordinarily, you're supposed to come up here and shoot the switch. But it is possible to reach the switch from over here, if you sort of jump and shoot. I guess one of my shots must have collided with the switch in some way. Yep, piranha infested water. And a bird. But before going over there, which we want to climb under this, avoid the piranhas, because we want these lums. Or you could just get hit by it and tank the damage, like I'm doing, because I'm not going sideways. Yeah, when the piranha comes up, you want to dodge to the side if you want to avoid getting hit. But to progress the level, we've got to go on top. We'll fight another pirate. But yeah, from this point forwards, it's generally good to fight the pirates with charge shots, since they take the same amount of power as 3 normal shots, and it doesn't take too long to charge up. And because most pirates have invincibility frames, you may as well just charge up the shot anyway. It also means there'll be less button mashing during combat, which means there won't be as much controller noise to pick up, hopefully. Oops. Do you mind? But yeah. And yeah, the camera goes a bit crazy here, playing the way I'm playing. The camera shouldn't do that on the console versions, and using different graphics APIs. It doesn't. The camera doesn't flip out like that during this section, but hey, the game performs better overall using this configuration, so I'd rather that than one cutscene working properly. Well, once we've dealt with that pirate, which didn't take very long, we're going to go over here. An example of a cage being mandatory for progress, because it's got a purple lum in it that we need to use to get up here. Because we can't reach that platform without the lum, as demonstrated. We also can't reach the platform if you shoot completely off target. There we go. But here we're introduced to the actual bay, part of Whale Bay, I suppose. And the whale part. Carl the whale is trapped. Pilots want to use her blubber to oil the engines of their prison boat. So we gotta go and rescue this whale. She's being held captive here, as we can see. And to rescue her, we gotta go up here, not pressing the shoot button. Yeah, I'm using an Xbox One controller to play this, and this game on PC it doesn't let you remap buttons, and the button mapping on modern controllers is a bit off. I'm having to use the B button to jump and the A button to shoot, which ain't good on an Xbox controller. Feels very weird. To breathe, grab my air bubbles. Yeah, Carmen's air bubbles are another way to breathe underwater, but only in this level. And we got another shell to use. I mean, if we wanted to, we could just climb out the way we came in to get out, but if we go this way, we can get a we can get a cage and some lums. And some red lums to refill our health. Surely I'm not worried about health. So yeah, now we can follow Carmen throughout the rest of the level. And this is pretty much sort of as involved as the swimming gets in this game, really. There are other levels with swimming in it, but this is sort of the biggest swimming focused level in the game. Or the level with the most swimming focus, I should say. And of course, unlike some games where water levels are dreaded due to either bad swimming controls or dreaded enemies or stuff like that, this is quite fun to play due to Rayman 2's excellent swimming controls. But here we have another mechanic, the piranhas. They are, instead of killing us instead of damaging us and going for us directly, they are trying to take Carmen's air bubbles. Now the manual actually states, or I think it's the manual somewhere, some sort of supplementary information, states that they want the air bubbles because of heartburn, for some reason. But yeah, a lot of the time you can just outrace the piranhas to the air bubbles. But you can shoot them away as well if they are nearby it, the air bubbles. And in the PS1 version you actually do want to shoot them away, because otherwise they will take the air bubbles if you don't shoot them away. But there's a little cave over here, so obviously since we're 100%ing we want to check out all the nooks and crannies, don't we? And thankfully there are blue lums over here. So we're not going to drown by going into this tunnel. But there's actually nothing here. Just some red lums. No cages, no yellow lums. In the Dreamcast version there's another one of those glow box crystals to unlock a minigame in its exclusive area. But in the PC and N64 versions there is nothing. So it's really not worth going down here, because it's just a waste of time. But hey, I wanted to show it off. But the actual way through this level is through this little ship here. And if we come up, come to another sort of little open area. We can actually run around the top of the ship. And we will want to run on top of the ship to get some more lums. Now there are two ways up here. You can run up the mast, but it does get a bit narrow and you can fall off, so it's much easier to just climb up this netting. But it is possible to run all the way up here on the mast. It's just a little fiddly. Conspicuously placed purple lum, because there's a cage hidden up here. Now despite the sort of general wide openness of this area, you don't have to explore it all for the lums. They're pretty much all just on the way through this, through the way you're supposed to go. And yet another short sliding section. But on this one you can for some reason use your helicopter, even though the tutorial earlier told us that you can't use your helicopter while sliding. So yeah. Look, it's the place for the end portal. But we're going to go down here. Take care of this guy. And the cage for the Tinsies up here. And again, we don't have to escort him, he will just make his way up. And if we make our way up here quickly enough, we see that he walks on nothing to get over. Bit weird. But that's the end of another level. Again, the level lengths do get a bit weird in that some are relatively short and some are quite long. These two levels aren't too long, again, especially once you know what you're doing. But the next level, which you'll see once it saves, the next level, the Sanctuary of Stone and Fire, this is a long level. It's going to need to be in a part by itself, because even when you know what you're doing, 100%ing it takes around half an hour or so. So yeah, we'll have that to look forward to next time.